Good evening and welcome to Vanity and Violence. I'm your host, Cece, and this is my very first podcast ever. Tonight's makeup look is a mix of a no makeup because in 2013 we did a type of natural skin mixed with a bold statement like winged eyeliner and a matte lipstick. So that's how my makeup is for tonight. And tonight's episode is Gone for Years, The Long Road to Justice. Some cases don't go cold quietly. They just linger. This is the case of 54-year-old Ricky Dodson and 53-year-old Vicky Purdy, a double homicide that haunted Franklin County, Virginia for more than 10 years. Ricky Dodson and his girlfriend Vicky Purdy disappeared in October of 2013. At first, it wasn't clear if anything was wrong. Then, 3 days later, Vicky's body was found. She was inside a burned vehicle on the 800 block of Philpott Road in Franklin County, near the Henry County line. Her death was ruled a homicide. Ricky, however, he was still missing. And then 2 months later, his remains were discovered in a wooded area, about a mile from where Vicky was found. His death was ruled a homicide also. This case stunned the community. There were 2 people murdered, no arrests, no suspects. The families of both Ricky and Vicky spoke to the media, pleading for help. Investigators revisited old leads, and rumors circulated, as they tend to do in small town America. But then, more than a decade later, the case broke wide open. Ricky Dodson's nephew, Daniel Duncan, was arrested in October of 2024 for both murders. His own nephew. Let's visit what led up to this case. Vicky was married, but not to Ricky. However, according to court documents, they had been in an on-again, off-again relationship. But it doesn't stop there. You see, Ricky and Vicky were both drug informants for the Henry County Sheriff's Office. They visited the home of Ricky's nephew, Daniel Duncan, on October 4th, 2013. Daniel had called Vicky a, quote, snitch and told her that, quote, nobody liked her. This ensued an argument. Ricky and Daniel were also in a, quote, cussing match just 2 weeks prior to Vicky's unaliving. A witness alleged that she had stolen a .25 caliber semi-automatic pistol and sold it to Daniel in exchange for pills. Ironically, both crime scenes had projectiles from a .25 caliber pistol. There was another witness who stated that Daniel met her on the road behind Philpott Dam and he was driving Vicky's Toyota when he pulled up. She said Daniel lit something on fire and threw it in the car after telling her he had unalived Vicky and she was still in the car. Can you believe that? And she took him to her house so he could get rid of any evidence tying him to the murder. Daniel then told her that Ricky was not alive. It literally blows my mind, people, how this witness just didn't immediately go to the police. But that's just me. And I don't know the situation. She may have been, in cahoots with him. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, and I probably shouldn't say that. I don't know what the situation was. Like, you know, he could have, threatened to kill her. Maybe she was afraid. Who knows? But yes, my friends, there was yet another witness. This witness claims that she and Daniel went to Vicky's burned vehicle to retrieve the burned Toyota emblem and, get this, he hung it on his shed wall. She confronted him and asked him why he had it, and he said, quote, "It was his trophy from Vicky." I just can't. Anywho, Daniel's wife is the one who turned him into the sheriff's office because she found the Toyota emblem. I guess this is where it gets a little, maybe a lot weird for me what I'm saying now, because it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. So Daniel's wife finds the emblem and she turns him into the sheriff's office. So obviously that prompts an investigation, right? And the investigation uncovers Vicky's silver recorder that she used during her drug informant operations. The recorder was found in one of Daniel's shirt pockets or jacket pockets. Now, it's been 10 years. Like, I don't know, 10 years. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody tell me something. I don't know. Anyway, Daniel pled guilty to first-degree murder of Ricky Dodson and first-degree murder of Vicky Purdy. He took a plea agreement, so he didn't have to go to trial. He received 28 years. 28 years, my friends. That's 14 years for Ricky and 14 years for Vicky. He shot Vicky in the head and then burned her. 14 years. For the families, justice came late, but they were very appreciative of law enforcement and wrote them this whole letter about how they appreciated their help and that, 10 years later they were still working on the case. And some felt a lot of relief, while others, they felt that the sentence wasn't enough. But what remains is undeniable, that for years someone knew what happened and said nothing. And that, my friends, that sits hard on my heart. Until next time, our next episode will be Vanished in Plain Sight. This has been Vanity and Violence, True Crime in Virginia. Lock your doors, trust your instincts, and for goodness sakes, take your makeup off before bed. This is Cece signing off.